In this movie, we'll continue our discussion of accumulating variables. In the sample program, we have a statement that is accumulating the grand total decimal. Of course, what makes all this possible is the module level variable, which is declared up in the declaration section of the public class section of the code. Again, make note, it is not within the calculate button procedure itself, because that would make it a local variable incapable of accumulating. By placing it up above here, it is now considered a module level variable, which does have the ability to accumulate. That is, it does not get reset to 0 each time it's re-executed. The statement itself is within the calculate button procedure, as it should be, because that's where our data is. Notice the format of the accumulating statement says to the accumulated total decimal plus equals grand total decimal. Now this is a shortcut notation which has become very popular in programming. It says the same as the follows: accumulated total decimal equals accumulated total decimal plus grand total decimal. Now this statement will work equally well as the previous version. It is obviously a little longer, thereby creating more code to type in, and also obviously increases the chance for error, since you may incorrectly type one of the variable names. But it is saying the same thing, in that it is taking the current value of the accumulated total decimal and adding of the current grand total decimal to that current accumulation, and then replacing the accumulated total decimal in the variable itself. The preferred method, however, is to use the plus equal symbol. Make sure that when you do this, that it is plus equal and not equal plus, as that says something completely different. Let's look at one more example of an accumulating statement. Let's say, for example, I would like to accumulate the total sales tax. I can write some code such as accumulated sales tax plus equals sales tax decimal. Now, sales tax decimal is my current variable that is calculating my sales tax for each individual transaction. Accumulated sales tax is what my new variable is going to be. As you can see, I have an error message that says accumulated sales tax is not declared. So the key question is where should it be declared? Should it be declared within the calculate button procedure itself, which would make it a local variable, or should it be another module level variable? And the answer is it should be another module level variable, because we want this to have the ability to accumulate. So to create this new variable, I simply type dim accumulated sales tax decimal as decimal, and it becomes a module level variable, making sure that it is literally in the declaration section of the public class section of the code. Once that occurs, you can see now if I give it the proper name, then this error will go away. So therefore I have another accumulating statement, which is going to accumulate the sales tax decimal into the variable called accumulated sales tax. I'm going to display this in a new variable that I've placed on the form called accumulated sales tax label. So it's going to take my accumulated result, convert it to a string, and display it with $signs in the currency format. So let's take a look at the run of this version of this program. If I enter 2 and 12, calculate, you see that I have the correct grand total, I have also the correct accumulated total, and the correct accumulated sales tax. These figures obviously are the same as my current data, since I've only entered one transaction. If I enter a second transaction, 3 and 30 for example, I get new data for my current transaction, but my accumulated total correctly increases, my accumulated sales tax also correctly increases. And this will continue for as long as you're running the program. You see each time these module level variables are updating these labels.